Hi guys, in this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through the 5 things that I did to get my free Go High Level for School community about page to 36% conversion rate. So if you're looking to increase your about page conversion rate, make sure to watch through until the end because I'm going to break it down for you in 5 easy steps. So the first thing that you guys are going to do is you're going to look at your community name. This should by itself tell people straight away what it is that you do and what they can expect inside of your community. On top of that, it needs to be very easy to read and very easy to write because at the end of the day, you want your members to be able to remember it, not only to come back, but if they're going to share the word about your community, you want them to be able to remember the name and to be able to easily write it to send it to other people. The reason that your community name is so important is because this is one of the first things that your target avatar is going to see about your community. So you need to make sure that you fully optimized it to be able to convey exactly what you do without needing any extra information. Once you've looked at your title, then we can move on to the second key thing. The second most important thing is your community description. In this case, I would recommend that you guys keep it to a very short and punchy sentence like I have here. Learn how to scale your school community with Go High Level, because your aim here is to do at least one of 2 things. Either tell people exactly what you do, or tell people exactly what you do and sell the dream, as in tell them what they can expect out of it. And again, with this description, you need to make it easy to read. You need to make it clear and understandable because you don't want them to have to get more information to understand what you do. And it should sell the dream. In this case, I am selling the dream by saying that they're going to learn how to scale their community by leveraging this tool called High Level. You should do the exact same thing. At the very least, you need to be selling the dream. For example, learn how to scale or something like that. Bonus points is if you use both, of course. Once your description is at a point where it's one punchy sentence that sells the dream and tells them exactly what they can expect, then you can go on to the third step. Now, this third step is your VSL and your graphics. And I would argue that your VSL is what's going to make or break your about page. Because at the end of the day, most people are not going to bother reading anything. They're instead just going to watch your VSL. So you need to make sure that this VSL, video sales letter, is the best it can possibly be. That being said, having a VSL is better than having no VSL. So stop striving for perfection and just record a VSL that you can at least put up there for the time being. Then you can focus on making one that's slightly better. But still, do not strive to perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. So just take action and put something out there. However, I would argue that this VSL should be roughly around 5 minutes long. Of course, if you can convey exactly what you do, who this is for, what the dream outcome is, and what they get in less than 5 minutes, all the better. But more likely, you won't be able to fully convey everything that you have to offer in less than 5 minutes. So aim to do it around that time. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can you record it? For that, I would highly recommend, just as I'm doing here, to use Loom to record this VSL. And the reason for that is that first of all, it's free. Second of all, it's easy to use. And third of all, if you go and check my about page on my free community or my paid community, link in the description, you'll be able to see that the second you go onto my about page, the thumbnail for this VSL is animated. And this is a huge factor in catching the attention of your target avatar and getting them to press on it to watch it. So make the most out of it. Now, in terms of what you should do inside of your VSL, again, this is one of those things that I would highly recommend you to copy what works. In my case, my about page is converting 36%. So what I would highly recommend you do is head on over to the description, go into my about page, look at the VSL, look at the copy, and just copy it and adapt it to your specific needs. If it's working for me, odds are that it's very likely to work for you as well. So study my VSL, study my copy, and just adapt it to your needs. There's no need to reinvent the wheel because it's currently working. After you've made your VSL, you'll still have some real estate that you can use up. And I would highly recommend that you use up every single piece of real estate. So what you're going to do is going to head on over to Canva. It's completely for free. You're going to look at the graphics that I have, and you're going to look to mimic and create something similar to that. You're going to show proof of work. You're going to have an FAQ to answer common objections or questions that people have. If you have any testimonials, great, put it out there. And the more testimonials that you have, the more I would argue that that's the most important thing for you to put on. It shows proof of work. It shows that you have experience. It shows that you've helped other people. And a lot of people may be able to relate to the testimonials that are on your page. So if you have testimonials, put all of them on your about page. At the end of the day, the main thing that you need to do is to sell the dream. People are more worried about where you can get them than how you can get them there. So give them what they want. And once your VSL is up and all of your graphics and testimonials are also up, then you're ready to go on to step 4. Now, step 4 is all about your about page copy. There are a few rules of thumb that I would stick to be able to get the most out of your copy. The first thing is that it should not be chunky. It should not read like an essay. It should flow and it should be easy to read. As you very well know, people nowadays are very used to short form content, so their attention spans are very, very short. People, in other words, are getting lazier. So don't give them a reason to be lazy. Make it short, make it concise, give them exactly what they want, and make it easy for them to read. Here, you should be selling the dream and you should be offering them a bargain. At the end of the day, people love bargains. That's why people love going to outlets, and that's why people love going to stores where there's a big sales sign outside. So give them that bargain. On top of that, you guys need to be including scarcity and urgency absolutely everywhere, be it in terms of time restraint or quantity restraint or a limited time offer that you're providing. Whatever it is, put it in there and stack it for a more effective sell. And lastly, make sure to include a call to action. Make it easy, make it simple, and make it absolutely clear. At the end of the day, if you don't end up telling people what to do, people either won't know what to do or people will not do it. So tell them what to do and give them a reason to do it. In my case, I'm saying join now for $0 and transform your community. So not only am I telling them what to do, I'm telling them why they should do it, and then I have a finger pointing at where they can do it. So what I would suggest you do at this point is go on into my about page, because although I have a screenshot here of what my about page looks like as of this recording, at any time this could change. So what I would suggest is go ahead and go into the description, check out my free community if that's what you have, or check out my paid community if that's what you also have, and check out what my about page looks like. And again, just copy what works. If that's what I'm running, it's because it's working. So take it, adapt it, and run it. Once you've done that, you are now ready for the last step in this process. Now, the last step is about tweaking as you go. At the end of the day, there's no point making any sort of changes if you don't have data to back it up and anything to benchmark it against. So what you're going to do is you're going to put something together, you're going to put it on your about page and leave it be for at least a month. Now, depending on how much traffic you're getting, if you're getting a couple hundred people every single week, or if you're just getting a couple people every single week, you'll want to run this for longer or shorter periods of time. But as a rule of thumb, I would let it run for at least a month. At that point, you'll be able to compare month after month the tweaks that you make, and you'll be able to stick to something that works. Again, track your conversion rates. Every time that you make a change, write down the last conversion rate so then you have something to compare it to and know if you should keep this new one or pivot back to an old thing or test something new out. Make changes accordingly to the conversion rate and the data that you have, and copy what works. As of right now, the average conversion rates for a free community are 18%. Mind you, I'm getting 36%, so make sure to copy what I'm doing. And the average for paid is around 4%, which is the same thing that I'm getting for my paid community. So that's it for this video. Make sure to go ahead and check the description because I've linked my free community in there where you'll be able to check out my about page and see what's currently working. And by all means, I invite you guys to copy it and adapt it to your own means if it means that your conversion rate is going to increase. So that's it for this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.